Hey church, today is day 7 of our prayer and fasting, and our prayer point for today is that we would see an increase in healings, breakthroughs, and miracles. In Mark chapter 5, there's a story of a woman who had suffered for 12 years with an issue of bleeding. For 12 years, she'd suffered with this condition, and she'd tried many things in those years to try and cure herself, and nothing had worked. And one day she heard that Jesus was in town. Jesus was on his way to heal a young girl who was dying, and there was a crowd following him, and this woman put herself in the crowd and she reached out in faith and touched Jesus. I want to read to you what happens in Mark 5:28. For she thought to herself, if I can just touch his robe, I will be healed. Immediately the bleeding stopped and she could feel in her body that she had been healed of her terrible condition. And coming down to verse 34, Jesus said to her, daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace, your suffering is over. When she tried everything else, nothing had worked. But one moment in the presence of Jesus, one touch from Jesus healed her completely of her sickness. And I want you to know, church, that as we've been praying this week, we've been positioning ourselves in the presence of Jesus to see healings and breakthroughs and miracles. And I'm full of faith that we are going to see that this week. Even as we gather for church today, I'm believing that we're going to see healings and breakthroughs and miracles just because we have faith in Jesus that he can heal, and we're going to reach out and touch him. This is what it says in Job chapter 5. If I were you, I would go to God and present my case to him. He does great things, too marvelous to understand. He performs countless miracles. And I know that in my life and in the lives of many other people, God has done miracles that are too great to understand. And I have so much faith that God's going to continue to do that. He's the God of miracles. He's not done yet. Psalm 77 verse 14 says, you are the God who performs miracles. You display your power among the people. So join me in faith today, believing that God is going to display his power among us, and that in the lives of our friends, our family, ourselves, that we're going to see an increase of healings, breakthroughs, and miracles. In Jesus' name.